the feed on Mount Juliet now. I mean, the feed on YouTube. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I've done that before. It's silly that I get interested in getting it started and I forget to start the YouTube video with the click of a mouse. Wait 1 second. Let me get this thing focused properly. Yeah, there it is. Runs right into focus. It's not too straight, but that's okay. All right, appreciate it, Joe. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and check in. How's that, Joe?
Works for me.
Very good. Anything good to say today?
Thanks for what you do.
All right, very good. That's Joe here in Mount Juliet. Who else is? That's Kilo Oscar 4. Do we have that correct? Don't Kilo Oscar 4 Tango Golf X-ray, right?
Copy that.
Very good. Appreciate it, Joe. Appreciate for that heads up on that. You think after 871 previous, we haven't done that. Now it's probably about, I don't know how many videos we have up there, but it's at least a couple hundred, maybe. Let's see, 200 per, there's about 200 per year. So there's probably 500 or 600 a month there, and you think I'd know by now. But I'm old. I guess I'll get forgetful. All right, anybody else? I got any announcements?
Hey, Paul, did you flip the 10-meter net on Sunday?
Yeah, where have you been? Yes, I did, right at the front end.
Yeah, I was trying to get YouTube to come up.
Yeah, it was just everybody was probably trying to figure out why they couldn't see a YouTube fit. Yeah, that's not funny, really. I appreciate it, Michael. Yeah, you should have texted me or something. Anyway, and no other announcements. We'll move right along to well, by the way, we're starting from the east tonight. This is net number 872. We are, normally, though, we take people short on time and people mobile if they're there out there. Short on time or mobile? All right, we'll just start with the east then. Please come now.
KG4 CXT, Chris and Royal Hill.
All righty, Chris. Yeah, you also beat out James today. I didn't hear him out there. How's it going, Chris?
Yeah, I figured I'd get in there. Doing good. How about you, Paul?
Oh, doing pretty good. Again, forgetful. Forgot to start the feed. That was fun.
Hey, it happens. Simple mistake.
Yeah. Maybe it'd be like having it'd be the direct. See, I need an engineer here to sit next to me to operate this whole spiel here. Need a station engineer.
Oh yeah, someone to help you run the thing.
Well, in a way, it's some people have that. They have the second person to keep track of the check-ins. You know, they do like the YouTube, and if they have some people have a multiple, another feed like that's going out on Rumble or a feed just on me, rather than the radio, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, you'd have to literally produce, a show. It'd be extensive if you want to do all that.
No, it would be nice if somebody kept track if they wanted to, but in other words, the second party would have to be here though, because not everybody can hear everybody I can hear.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, anything good for the net?
No, just wanted to give you a check-in and then try to squeeze in there first in 73 instead of squeezing in last, right?
Oh, that's good. That's good. It's nice. It is. Normally, at the end of the net, normally I just wait for Chris.
That's it, basically. It's the lollygaggers. I'm fond of that. And yeah, that's the category.
Yeah, very good. All right, that was Chris in Rural Hill, south of me, about 5 miles. That's Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. Anybody else east?
KG4, I think.
Hey, Mr. Kevin, what's up?
What's going on, Mr. Paul? Ain't nothing happening over here. Same old stuff, different day.
Oh man, I know you keep busy as all get out. I know you better than me.
Yeah, I did a little bit of work today. I was in the house. It wasn't nothing outside, so I did very little outside. It was mostly inside.
Yeah, I don't know. We complain about this, the weather. Me, complain about this weather. Then in the summer we say it's too hot to go outside.
Hey, that's the truth. Hey, look, wasn't it supposed to rain today? Where'd all that rain go? Where'd it go?
Oh, it fell right dead between Lebanon and Mount Juliet. We never saw it.
Oh, well, sure you did. It just stopped right there. Imagine that. Goodness gracious. All right. Well, I'm here. I'll meet you around there on the other one. in a little bit. KC4,
Yeah, very good. That was Kevin, or is Kevin. He's in Lebanon over there by Cumberland University. Kilo Golf 4, Mike, India Zulu. Who else is East?
Before we be
Hey, Eddie, what's up?
oh, not much. Just down here trying to clean a spot on my desk so I can fiddle with something else. I'll never finish.
Yeah, that's what I did just before the net. I had to. Well, I don't. It's not really. I just move the piles around. Is really what I do.
Yeah, it's awful, isn't it?
Well, I got to tell you a very quick story. I went through this process when I was working about organizational skills. And I've been fairly organized over the years in what I did for a living. And so we went through this process that went through this process that I decided, as according to this plan that one of these management issues of your own time, you clear at the end of every day, you clear your desk of everything with the exception of an in and out box and nothing else on the desk, nothing, a completely clean desk. And you put your files away where they belong. Then when you come in on whatever day you're coming in, you just pull up the files, you work out them, and you put them away at the end of the day. I had one of my regional managers come in one day. He goes, "Are you leaving the company or something?" I said, "No. Why do you ask?" "Well, your desk is clear. There's nothing on it." I said, "Yeah, nobody, because nobody ever does that."
Yeah, that sounds about right. I keep organizing stuff and then I lose it. I can't find it.
Oh, that's my biggest problem is I get organized and then I spend an hour and a half looking for whatever I put away.
Or a whole day or never find it. Well, thanks for doing that. Hope everybody's doing okay. Before we get.
On stuff you can't find, Eddie, I do what I do. You just blame the wife. That's what you do. You blame the ex-wife.
There you go. It don't work all the time, though.
I don't necessarily tell her that. I just have somebody to blame.
That'll work.
All right, very good. That's Eddie. He's here in here just east of Mount Juliet in Gladeville. Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-ray. Who else is east?
Okay, I'm for HC.
Hello, Stan. Anything good going on over there? No rain in Lebanon today?
No, that's all, Paul. What you were talking about the clean desk, sometimes that's a good and bad thing. I mean, sometimes I think if you have a clean desk, you don't have anything to do.
You're right. It looks funny to see somebody who's actually having a clean desk when they're not there. That's only true. It's only when they're not there, a clean desk. If you're leaving for the day, you clean the desk off. But it does not, because the problem with a lot of people, including me, I'd have this thing where I'd end up with a couple of piles of projects on my desk and paper, and it just looked sloppy. It wasn't. I knew where everything was though, and my desk wasn't completely covered. Don't get me wrong, but I'm getting at it. To others, it could look sloppy.
Yeah, I understand that. My radio bench here, it's very far from clean.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I just, it just looks awful. I work on right here. It's got a I don't know what do you call it. It's like my wife says, "You got more gadgets and junk in there. What do you got?" I said, "I'm not telling
you." Yeah, I understand, Paul. Well, I want to hold you up back to that KM4HG.
Very good. Stan in Lebanon, Kilo Mike 4 Hotel, Quebec Echo. Who else is east?
KE4 DEZ. Oops, looks like I might be overpowering something.
Now you're doing good here. You have an S7 to S8 signal.
Well, I just ain't used to having my radio do it all can be doing. What's going on over there in the big city of where you're at there, Paul?
Well, all the skiers left town after the snow melted off Mount Juliet.
Oh, daggone, it's all that there snowbank avalanche, I guess, them skiers. I ain't had no skiers over here yet, but I got Easter lilies blooming by the patches over here in my neighborhood. Kind of like a free bouquet, if you will.
Yeah, I got the same thing here. It's warm enough for that. And if it stays, well, it's supposed to get cold again in the next day or two, isn't it?
Hell, I don't know. I got up yesterday and it wasn't supposed to rain until tonight, but daggone if it didn't rain this morning. So I don't know what's reliable in terms of, well, there's another narrative out there now about artificial intelligence. So I don't, is it live or is it Memorex is what I like.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't think artificial intelligence could fake your voice or mine.
Well, if they got a tape recorder and it can probably be done if somebody was to go ahead and hack through it and do it to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. As it is, we have a hard time living these days without computerized something, gadgets in cars and planes and PCs and radios. I'm not sure we want to go backwards, but we seem like we're going too far forwards in some cases. When I hear Elon Musk talking about putting implants in our head.
Yeah, I've seen a spot either this morning or late last night. I can't remember which one it was, but Microsoft has got a up trump, in terms of the card game, hearts, spades, or whatever, like that kind of trump card on the Google thing. Of course, it's still under the experimental stages, but it answers your questions whether it's right, wrong, or of course they admitted that it's not perfect. So it's kind of, I don't know if you heard about that or not, but it's out there now.
You talking about that? It's called chat something. I forget what it's called. Chat GM or chat M. I forget what it said.
Yeah, something like that. It's in their search engine on Brink search engine and whatever their new search engine is. I'm still archaic over here on my search engine. Things of this, that, and other type thing. What's that? Edge. I guess that's the internet browser Microsoft calls it now.
Oh yeah. I've used it occasionally. Yes. Anything else for the net tonight, Earl?
No, I'm still coming out of hibernation and wishing everybody whatever you want to call it this month. I've come to call it Love Month because there's so many different acronyms out there. So the birds are flying and flowers are blooming. Catch y'all later. 7-3, KE4 or DE3.
Yeah, very good. Includes, in fact, is the 14th is Valentine's Day, so that's a love thing. And that was Earl, Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu in just east. It's over Noreen, just east of the Cedars of Lebanon Park. Who else is east or north?
WB0 Noah.
Hey, I made a mistake, I think, Mark, with the XYL. I got in my mind. I thought yesterday, Tuesday, the 7th was Valentine's Day. So I got her a card. I left it out for her. She goes, "What's it?" I said, "It's Valentine's card." I said, "It's Valentine's Day." She goes, "It's not till the 14th." I said, "Just leave it there then."
Yeah, I did that on our anniversary last year. I was 2 days early.
Oh, really? Oddly, it's backwards for me. I remember the anniversary, and she goes, "When's our anniversary again?" I go, "You don't remember? What is wrong with you? It's my job to forget things."
Yep, I understand. Well, she looked at me kind of funny. I didn't really realize why until a couple of days later when she gave me a card.
Well, I had an event 3 years ago, maybe, where my ex-wife, my ex-brother-in-law died. I sent her a card of condolence. It came back unopened, rejected by the receiver. So I can see what she thinks of me.
Oh, wow. I guess she severed ties.
Well, more so than I thought you did. Yeah, it was kind of, and I got along with her brother just fine. I don't, not after he died, but but when we were still there, I was married for what, 26 years.
Well, at least you leave an impression on people.
Oh yeah, I did. Well, my brother said after I got divorced, he said, "How long were you married?" I said, 26 years. He goes, huh, in today's world, that sounds like a success.
Yeah. Yep, I'll tell you a story sometime.
All right. At the breakfast Saturday, be there. Don't forget the breakfast, everyone. All right, Mark, it was good to hear from you. That's Whiskey Bravo Zero, November, Oscar, Oscar. Who else is north?
November 4 Radio Hotel.
Sounds like Reggie to me.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Paul?
Very good. You're going to make it over to the breakfast on Saturday?
Probably not.
Well, I was looking forward to meeting you.
Yeah, Saturday, I think we got plans for Saturday.
Well, family comes first.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, just hanging out here and took the band, heard y'all in there. I keep forgetting. I need to write these dates down and time and stuff. I'm afraid. I'm bad about that. I need to straighten up.
Well, are you not on the mailing list that gets the reminders sent out?
I need some reminders or something. I need to make some notes. I've been writing stuff down and making notes, but I'm not doing good at that either.
Is your email on QRZ?
Don't know.
Well, if you send me an email, I'll be happy to I'll just assign you to the group if you want to.
Okay, sounds great.
So I'll send you an email. No, I mean you send me an email if you will. Mine's on QRZ, K4PEW@ARRL.net, and that way I'll have your email and I'll put it in the system and you can go from there.
Okay, sounds great, man. People are.
Very good. Anything else for the net, Reggie?
No, that's it.
Very good. Good to have you there. That's Reggie, November 4, Romeo Hotel. He's in Hendersonville, right?
Absolutely. Downtown. Oh, not downtown. Up by the bypass.
My wife says only rich people live in Hendersonville.
I'm on the fourth side of the track.
Yeah, it's like a friend of mine, for another ham who left, he moved down to Alabama, but he lived in Franklin. He says, well, it's the ghetto side of Franklin.
I mean, I got chickens and hogs out here.
Oh, cool. I bet you it's expensive property, though.
Not really.
All right, very good. I can't wait to tell her about your chickens and hogs in Hendersonville.
All right, I'll carry on.
Very good, Reggie. That's November 4, Romeo Hotel. That's Reggie in Hendersonville. Who else is north? Or west? All right. How you doing, Charles? Good to hear from you. Your signal's a little shaky today, but I can hear you fine.
Uh-oh. I hear you fine. About that 9. I got my antenna up where I want it at least 60 feet, maybe 65, and it's wedged up there. It's not coming down. You want way up there. I'm leaving it where it's at.
Yeah, no, it may very well be conditions. Which antenna do you have up there? The GP1? Which antenna do you have up there, Charles?
GP1 dual band, emitter 440, GP1.
Oh yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, it's doing okay. I just think its conditions are probably pretty shaky today because of the weather issue.
Yeah, they're not too good. I'm testing the VHF propagation. Not too good tonight, but I got it where I want.
Anything else for the net?
Here, everyone.
Very good. That's Charles, Kilo Golf 4 Sierra Foxtrot up in the Joe Wilton National City area. Who else is west? Hold on. I heard, what did I hear in there? Jeff, I hear in there. That's who I heard first.
Good evening, Paul and Annette. Not much going on here. Just trying to get here. I've had something halfway decent to sit on since my chair broke. It's not very comfortable, but I'm kind of keep me going for a short amount of time.
Well, listen, I heard about your chair incident, and I learned You're not a small guy. I'm not a small guy. I learned I don't stand on any chairs. I learned that a long time ago.
Yeah, well, I don't stand on chairs either, but when I was sitting in, the frame broke, and with me sitting in, it almost broke me. But there's another one I want to buy. It's more suitable for someone our height and weight range. It hold up 400 pounds, but it's about $400. So trying to get situated to get that.
I bought one of those. Is you buying it from that online company? I don't remember what the name of it is at the moment. I've got one. It was 400, but 400 and change. It's nice. It is nice, and it's made. It's heavy duty.
This I found at Office Depot. It's endorsed by some basketball player or something. I don't know, but it's holding 400 pounds, and I think it's about the back of it's close to 55 inches high or something like that. It's something I can lean back in, and my head won't hang over it. It'll support me.
Oh, very good. Well, let me see if I can find that information, and I'll send it to you. I'm not trying to knock them out of their business, but they actually have a lifetime guarantee on these the chair I'm sitting in for 400 and some dollars, and it's a commercial, chair wholesaler or whatever it is, manufacturer.
Yeah, send it to me. I'm interested. But I know you need to move on. But I did buy one of those cheap tri-band Baofeng radios, so I'm gonna try a 220 tonight.
Oh, very good. I think you may do all right considering the antenna and your location. To me, you may be just fine.
Yeah, I've got like an extended antenna on the radio. I don't have an external, one outside or anything. Just I think it's a 16, 17 inch long tri-band antenna that I got from the same company I got the radio from. So maybe I could still, reach Mount Juliet. I don't know. I've never been on 220 before.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's hope. If not, I hope there's somebody in the area who can hear you. But I've even heard you on low power before. It seems to me from your house when you didn't have the current antenna you have on 2 meters.
Yeah. So you probably will be able to hear me. We'll find out.
Sounds good. We'll be listening for you, Jeff. Anything else for the net?
That pretty much covers it. WY4G.
Yeah, very good. That's Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf, and that's Jeff. He's in Madison. Who else is north or west?
KD.
Was that Kilo Oscar 4 MKD? Is that what I heard? It was a little noisy.
Yeah, there's a lot of noise on the band tonight, Paul. I'm having a hard time hearing a lot of folks. Yeah, this is Doug up in Greenbrier.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it is noisier than I would have expected it to be, but obviously it's a weather issue.
Yeah, it must be the weather.
I got to blame something. It can't be my equipment. It's perfect.
yeah, especially after the fall ice storm that we had. Nothing got damaged, did it?
No, well, I should have taken a picture. All of my antennas had a wonderful coating of ice on it out there in the yard. It was impressive.
Yeah, same here. I'm just fortunate nothing came down, nothing's been or broke, so it's all been working pretty good since then.
Well, it sure beats back in this is 2023, 22, 21. When that tornado came through, that knocked off my entire antenna off of the old thing. It bent over the mast 90 degrees and damaged my antennas. And so then I moved it out to another location. And then the derecho winds came along 2 months later and knocked that one down.
Oh, well, that's the life of ham radio operator.
Oh, yeah. Well, again, just take it as they come. That's the risk, lightning and wind. And, like maybe we ought to buy our antennas and gear from the post office because neither rain nor sleet nor dark of night keeps them from delivering the mail.
That's not exactly true around here anymore. There's been some weather situations that they just do not deliver animals where I live.
Believe it or not, we had a day they did not deliver to Mount Juliet during that ice.
And, I can't say that I blame them. For me, it's not a big deal. I don't receive any medication in the mail that I can't do without.
Oh, I got you. I got a kick in a couple of years ago when it was that really icy, snowy, and they shut down the school. It was just pretty bad. Yeah, the the mail guy came, so I went out to get the mail, and I said, "Boy, it's surprising to see you out here." And he goes, "Yeah, they put chains on the truck, those little trucks." And I looked, and I'm looking at the right rear tire. I said, "There's no chain on that." He goes, "No, they put the chain on the left rear tire." I've never seen anybody only use one chain.
Yeah, that's a new one for me too. I've used chains before, but I always put them on both.
It just sounded, it's like they're being really cheap. It's only one chain per truck.
Well, if you only get traction on that side, you can make a right-hand circle.
Well, it's odd because, as you know, if it's not positive traction, the other wheel is going to do all the turning.
Yeah, that would be what I would expect to happen. Anyway, just want to check in on the net tonight. Been absent for a while, but doing other things. And I want to let you know I passed my extra exam last Saturday.
Oh, excellent. Where did you take it?
I took it up here at our club in Springfield, Robertson County Amateur Radio.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, the best part about that is you don't have to take any more tests.
Well, that's true. That's true. Except I'm probably going to become a VE, so I think there's a pretty easy open book test for that.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's not that hard, and you know most of the material anyway if you pass the extra, but you have to know the administrative stuff for the. And again, it is open book. I've done that a couple of times in the last 18 years. Anyway, it's Doug. He's in Greenbrier. Kilo Oscar 4 Mike, Kilo Delta. And good signal in spite of the noise. Who else is Wes?
KO4OTV.
Well, you sound good tonight there, Joel.
Well, good. I'm glad. I could hear a few folks out there, and some were real scratchy in the background. The other day when you could hear me, I was mobile, and I was about to the point to where right at the county line, there's a great big giant wall there as you're coming into Ashland City, and I mean it completely blocks you, especially on Simplex. I can hit repeaters there a few times. I could hit like Brentwood, Jolt, and stuff like that, but I could never do Simplex.
Oh yeah, no, you were doing real well for mobile up there.
Yeah, one day I talked to you on Simplex all the way from Gallatin to that exact same spot. I thought about it after we got off there. I said, well, I think that's where it fell out last time.
Yeah, we had, I did that a couple of times. I talked to a guy. What did I do? Oh, I know what I did. I talked to this guy. I was traveling up in going south out of Niagara Falls, New York, my hometown, south. And I was talking to a friend of mine. He was up near me, and he had a pretty good station. I talked to him for like 50 miles. And then he says, hey, before we, let's agree, we moved over to, what did we move over? We moved, I think, over to 10 meters, and we continued to talk. And I went all the way through Pennsylvania, all the way down into Ohio. He goes, that's the first QSO I've talked to. It was in 3 states simultaneously on the same trip.
Oh, man, I bet that took a long time.
It was funny, though, because they have 3 states on a QSO,
No kidding. That's impressive, man. I can't say that, which I wish I had HF Mobile. I really want that 891, but like I was telling you earlier. But yeah, that's very impressive.
Yeah, I know somebody who can lend out money, but it's about 10% a day interest.
Yeah, I know. And I'm one of these people, man. I can't. It's hard to pay that kind of money for a 10-year-old radio.
In my case, I mean, in all cases, it's so funny how radios, once you get the radio, all the ideas about how much it costs go away.
That's very true. But, at the same time, it's like, the technologies, and don't get me wrong, it's nothing wrong with the technology, really. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of more black and white, plain Jane type radio that you would think would be, at the $700-800 range. Don't get me wrong, it's worth that to me. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I guess it's just that thought process. But you're right. When I got my 7300, I thought that same thing at first. But, once I got it, heck, man, it's like my favorite radio.
Yeah, no, that 891 seems like a very nice radio. See, that's the trouble is, I have say the same thing about radios that I do antennas. When I ask people, I said, what's your favorite? He asked me, what's your favorite? My favorite antenna. And I said, my favorite antenna is the last one somebody told me about that worked great.
That's me too. And I tell you, some of my favorite antennas are just like a off-center fed dipole, and I can work like, I don't know, 8 bands with it. it's awesome and it works all over the world.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. It's like radios too. You go here. I have however 4 HF radios, whatever it is, and I see a brand new one. I go, I bet you that one works better.
Oh yeah, I think that all the time. And some of the radios I look at, I shouldn't be looking at because it's just they're way out of my price range. Maybe if I hit the lottery someday, but I think once you get to the Yaesu FTDX 100 and then the ICOM 7610 in that range, I don't think I need to spend much more money. But I don't care what anybody says. The ICOM 7851 trumps them all.
Yeah, I've never used that one, but ICOM makes a good series of radio.
Well, to me, it's Kenwood. I'm not taking anything from them either. They've got the 990 out there, and it's like a $8,000 radio. But for some reason, that ICOM 7851, it's just a beast. It's just I've watched people use them, and they just seem like probably the smoothest radio out there.
Too many knobs.
Oh yeah, it's got more bells and whistles than you can shake a stick at. But I'd love to just try it.
Well, that's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like putting a Lamborghini in the hands of a monkey.
Yeah, it's very true in a sense, but it still just seems like I don't know. I just want to try it out, and honestly though, I'd go with the Kenwood 990 as well. But I'd go anything to me though around the $34,000 range is probably my limit.
Oh, I get it. Oh, that is about the limit. I've never paid that much. The most I ever paid for a radio was whatever it was, $1,200 for this 991. Anyway, anything else for the net, Joel?
No, that's it, man. Talk to you later. KO4OTV.
Yep, Joel, KO4OTV, and he's up in west of Joelton. Who else is west?
KG4LV, Jack and Donaldson.
Yeah, you're nice and close by. No trouble hearing you, Jack.
Everybody sounds pretty good.
Yeah, a little noisy from some areas. I'm guessing it is weather.
I had a story about the guy I used to work with. He had about I'm not exaggerating, 2 to 2.5 feet of paperwork and stuff on his desk. And I would go in there and say, Wayne, I need a copy of so-and-so from last June. He would measure down the stack and pull it out like a magic trick.
That's funny. I was in this commercial bank. I was trying to deal with one of the people who handled the construction and maintenance of buildings, etc. But the guy said, the president actually said, here, you sit down here and I'll call Jack over, or whatever his name was, or Bill, I don't know his name. I just wait for him. His desk, I'm not joking, had to be, his entire desk was like a foot thick of stuff, paperwork. And then in the corners and along the walls were rolls of plans and paperwork and all kinds of blueprints and you name it all. And I happened to notice, I'm sitting there, I looked at his desk a little closer because I was sitting right up on the, across from it. And I noticed he had one of those flip over calendars, So I looked at the calendar. The calendar was 3 years old.
Well, some people's brains work a little differently than ours.
Yeah, well, even calendars can get reused every few years. No, it is funny though how I saw in a similar. There was a story about this, like an 85-year-old attorney who was famous down there where I lived in Florida, and they had a little story about him. And he had a circular table in his office. It was kind of like a conference table, but it was a circular table. And it showed he had all these legal files stacked up. It was like a little mountain. And he says, "No, I know where everything is."
Yeah, that's the way it works. Well, I'll let the next one check in. Thanks for doing the net, Paul, and I look forward to seeing everybody Saturday morning at Golden Corral.
Yeah, very good. That's Jack. Looking forward to seeing everybody at Golden Corral Saturday morning. 8 a.m. That's Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Who else is west?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
I'm going to get you over those one of these days here, Greg.
I don't eat breakfast.
Only what?
I don't eat breakfast.
You don't have to eat. You can just drink coffee. They don't make you eat.
I don't like people.
That can be arranged.
Good deal. Can I sit at the kids' table?
We are the kids' table.
That's scary.
No, they give us a kind of at least initially, they give us kind of an area where nobody else is because they're embarrassed by us.
Basically, yeah.
No, it's all good. They did kick us out last Saturday because we stayed. There was another party coming in at 11 or something.
Yeah, it's a business. You got to remember.
Oh yeah, no, I do. We don't complain. Anything else for the net tonight? You noticing any of the noisier in some areas down at your end, Greg?
When I was mobile coming home, I didn't even bother to check in because it was really bad tonight. But here at home, QTH is good.
All right, very good. You got a great signal here. You're like 10 or 15 over. Anyway, yeah, that was great. Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Catch you on the next net, or the next two maybe. K4 PEW with Mount Juliet. Simplex Radio Net. Looking for more check-ins from the west.
KM4, YRF.
Hey, is Rick out there or what?
I don't know if he'll be able to check in tonight or not. He's going to try.
All righty. Trying's not good enough.
Well, he's having some difficulty up there.
Well, that's not good. Hope it's just antenna difficulty.
Yeah, it's either that or feed line. So we're gonna figure it out.
Maybe the wild animal ate it.
Could it be?
Anyway, how you doing?
I'm feeling a little better today. I've been kind of puny for a week with a sinus infection, but I'm feeling better today.
Good. You haven't been going to work?
Oh yeah, every day.
That's right. Make it worse.
Well, yeah, we're real busy right now, and got to have all hands on deck.
You don't have a backup warehouse manager?
Oh yeah.
Where is he?
It's a she. She's really good.
Yeah, very good. Very good. It's how many people work there?
Oh gee, I don't know. Probably around 30, counting the salespeople.
No, the ones who work, not the ones who are employed.
Oh well, there's two.
Very good. Anything else for the net, Michael?
No, that's all, Paul. I'll let you have it back. KM4 YRF.
Very good. That's Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot, just west of the Nashville airport. Who else is west? Anybody else west? How about south?
November, Yankee Bill.
Hold on, Bill. I heard who did I hear in there? Tony, KF4, KFQ. What's up, Tony?
Hey, I got Wordle in 3 tonight.
Ah, red letter day. I'm telling you, that's like big time because 2 is tough, almost impossible.
Yeah, you've been dusting me here lately.
That's, I'm telling you, it's lucky. My wife hates me, but again, it's not. It's all luck of the draw, you know.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, I don't know that anything particular is going on. Just hanging out.
Yeah, waiting for the cold weather.
Well, not really. I did go out and pick up trash today, so I wouldn't have to do it in the snow.
Yeah, they do. Are they predicting more snow? I saw it was just like a hint of it in the weather report.
Well, I figure if they don't predict it, it's going to come 8 feet.
That's right. Very good. You got anything else for the net, Tony?
Nope, that's it.
Very good. That's Tony. He's in Smyrna. Good signal. KF4 KFQ. Bill, how are you doing tonight?
Yes, doing wonderful.
Oh yeah, doing great. Had good participation again with the Rutherford net the other night.
I'm sorry, what?
The good participation on the Simplex net in Rutherford yesterday.
Yes, they did. I think they're going to do a little better. Weather's warming up.
Well, I'd say that from what I've heard, and I don't hear everybody, you know, in other groups, but the Rutherford group does very well. I mean, compared to some others I've heard.
Yeah, we've got a great group down here, and they hold together pretty well.
Yeah, that's great. Anything else for the net, Bill?
Well, just for everybody. Hope you're hanging in well.
Yeah, very good. That was Bill. Wishing everyone well. He's in Murfreesboro. Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee. Who else is south?
Kilo 3, Mike Papa Romeo. 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hold on, Larry. Mike beat you up out there. That's Mike. How you doing, Mike?
Doing good. Just glad to see the FCC finally has my extra listed. for my ticket. So I guess it's official. I joined the crazy bunch.
You join the bunch that can go into areas that are, in the bands anyway. It's funny because it really is. It's more satisfying just to be an extra because it's not like you spend a lot of time in that extra part of the band. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice. I found it to be a nice feeling just because I didn't have to worry about what part of the band to be in.
I agree. That's actually the best part. But I've been blown away the past couple of days how fantastic 10 meters has been. I mean, England, Scotland, Germany, Bahamas, South America. I mean, couldn't get through the pileup on the guy down in Australia, but I mean, I could hear him like he was sitting in the room.
Oh wow, yeah, I haven't been on at all in the last few days. I'll have to check out tomorrow, see how it goes. It was just during the day.
Yeah, it was actually this morning before noon.
Oh wow, yeah, I was kind of busy, but I'll have to make time to look at it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, definitely. And the guys in the UK and that have been commenting on how fantastic the bands have been for hitting North America, and that it's been surprisingly great.
That's great. Well, Edison, by the way, I forgot to say so. Congratulations. Somebody other day, I don't remember what it was, and that's great though. Yeah, it takes some work to get there too, doesn't it?
Definitely. I mean, that's the meeting for Wilson County. I mean, those guys they just take the test. If you pass, you pass. If you don't, you just do it again. So took it fast, which I was surprised. But it's just nice that the guys are there to give the test as often as they do.
No, it is great. It is. It's really good. I'd like to see. Again, it's a silly question, like and not question, but wish. I just wish there was more young people jumping in there, and under the age of 40. All us oldsters get lonely.
Last month there was quite a few that took the test there at Stone Rivers testing site, and there were several young ones. I was kind of surprised.
That's good. I thought about this before, but I don't know how I do. I guess I ought to notify every club because a lot of new hams don't necessarily have great equipment, or I just think that I'd like to get them involved in the Simplex Net, not just because sometimes if they don't have good equipment, they're going to be, if all they got is a bow fang, it's going to be tough. But I'd like to see them get in there, at least try, on our nets.
Well, I know I've been reading where some of the clubs have been getting permission to go into the high schools, and they've been getting the youngins interested in, and some of them taking their test and passing. So maybe that's the way to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it is interesting. I mean, cell phones have taken their toll on ham radio, but it's still a fun, outrageously fun hobby.
True, but when the cell phone tower goes down, what's going to work? Ham radio.
Also, you have a bill to pay with a cell phone. You don't pay the money, you talk to nobody.
Yeah, I mean, it's like any hobby. It's expensive to get into it and buy new stuff. And, you don't have to have the latest and greatest, but and as you said before, a really good antenna can make a bad radio sound good.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Anything else for the net there? I'm glad you told me about 10 meters. 10 meters, everybody, if you can't. I'm pretty sure you can hear Michael, but 10 meters apparently been open. I wasn't aware. Anything else for the net?
No, that's about it. And I even hit Cuba on 15 meters. So there's a surprise there. So nothing else for the net. Hope to see everybody Saturday morning.
Yeah, very good. Which city? Do you remember?
He didn't tell me what city, but definitely, probably somewhere near Havana, would be my guess.
Oh yeah, no, because when I lived in Florida, it was I talked to Cuba multiple times, all across from one end to the other. It's a pretty long island.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But like I said, Europe's been hitting pretty good on 10, so I'll get on it before noon and give it a try.
Yeah, very good. There was Mike, excuse me, K3MPR here in Mount Juliet. Larry, heard you in there, KE4SYV. Everything all right?
Yeah, man, we're doing good down here.
Very good. Got anything good for the net?
So, Paul, why don't you get on with it? I think you got another one after this. KE4SYB.
Very good. Larry in Rockvale, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Who else is south?
Kilo India 4, November, Delta, November. Good evening, Mr. Paul, and all of that.
Hey, David, what's up?
All the same old thing, the weather and the flowers are blooming and critters are stirring and spring is coming. Huh?
Well, so it seems.
Yeah, I'm speaking early, I know that, but get ready to mow the grass.
That's my wife asked me if it was warm yesterday and today, and she goes, I thought the groundhog saw his shadow and we had 6 more weeks of winter. I go, you do realize that's just a promotion for the little town of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Whenever you see the buttercups blooming and those wild onions starting to grow in the yard, the flowers are pretty, but them wild onions remind me of one coming next. I got to cut that deep grass.
Yeah, very good. When my mother lived with me here a few years ago, she said, what's those little tufts of grass sticking up there? And I said, those are wild onions. She goes, no, wild onions, really? I go, yeah, they're wild onions. They're not like regular onions, but they're wild onions. She goes, really? So I went over, I said, let me show you. I reached over and I grabbed, went out the yard, picked it. We were sitting in the back patio, picked up a few of those, those long, those, not long, but those little stems, picked a handful of them up and said, hey, go ahead and smell these. You'll see they're onions. And she says, so what's she do? She tastes them like a good farm girl she is. I said, Ma, I said, you do know we got 5 dogs in the yard, right?
Yeah, that's something else, Mr. Paul. I appreciate what you're doing there, old man, and keep up the good work, and God bless America. That's great from Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, I want you to see that.
Very good. That's David in Reedyville, Kilo India 4, November Delta, November, saying God bless America. And I did owe that remark. Who else is south? Anybody else south or anywhere?
KE4TWI.
Hey, Wes, what's up?
Not much. I will echo well, God bless America, of course, but the sunspot, I think it's over 100. Mobile 10 meters. I've worked Europe, full strength signals, and I've worked Japan a couple of times. Mobile, going down the road. So yeah, get on 10 when you more guys out there. KE4TWI.
Oh, that's awesome. Makes me want to put my screwdriver in the car.
Yeah, you're retired. You don't worry about it. But seriously, sunspot's over 100. I'm going to strike where the iron's hot. All right, go ahead. KE4TWI.
Very good. That's Wes. He's in Wilson County up there by the lake. North of Lebanon, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. Who else is any place anywhere? Hey, Danny, what's up?
Another Paul running errands and happened to remember it's Wednesday night, turn the radio on, and by golly, there you were.
Awesome. Have you talked to Dennis again? Because I know he tried to check in a couple of times, but I couldn't hear him.
It's funny, we were just talking about that the other day. He's still bound and determined to check into the 10-meter net.
That'd be great. Maybe I don't know maybe today's a good day. I don't know.
Well, I'm pulling in here the house here this minute, and I'll shoot him a note and have him get on.
Very good. Anything else for the net before we jump out?
Carry on with the plan of the day. I just want to say a quick hello.
Very good. That's Danny, mobile, but coming up to his home in Hendersonville. Whiskey Echo 4 Echo. Who else is any place anywhere? Hello, Hayes. You're a little scratchy today. Say again. That was really scratchy.
I'm just a scratchy guy.
Okay, very good. No, it's just not a very good signal today. But some of the signals have been pretty bad too today.
Yeah, I don't really understand too much about meters or why it's scratchy, but I know it's kind of annoying listening to somebody in the past, so I'll keep it pretty short. Yeah, I've just been messing around on HF 198.
Yeah, very good. And they tell me 10 meters are wide open.
Yeah, I talked to Montana at 10 meters. I talked to the Netherlands on 12 meters and Spain on 13 meters recently.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, very good. I've been spending any time during the day on the radio, so that's my bad. Anything else for the net?
I think that's about it. I'll turn it back to you. This is November 8th, November Hotel Tango. All night, very nice.
Very good, Hayes. That was Hayes in Hendersonville, November 8th, November Hotel Tango. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere? For falling into the lollygaggers, lurkers, and sandbaggers category. And the squelch breakers. I can't tell who that is. Can I get a relay? Got nothing. Anybody relays, please?
K4WKU.
Ah, very good. That's K4WK. Good to have you in there, Steve. I'm really not hearing you well tonight at all. But Steve checked in. Steve is 65 miles almost due north of me. He's on the north side of Bowling Green, and he's got I think he's still got a 5-element beam pointed in our direction. But he can probably hear us, and I can't hear him. I'm gonna have to get my beam back up to talk to him. Very good. Appreciate you being there, Steve. Steve does the nets that are on Tuesday and Friday night from Bowling Green, and then we send out the reminders for both of those nets in case you're interested. Anybody else? Please come now. Last chance before we move over to 10 meters. All right, we had 25 in there tonight. No, excuse me. Yeah, 25. 25 is we seem to be averaging something between 25 and 32 or 3 or something like that these days. It's all good though. We're moving over 28.415. 28.415. We'll see you there. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net on 28.415. Looking for check-ins from the east. Please come in. Check-ins from the east. KM4HQE, got you in there, Stan. That was Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Who else is from the east? I hear some voices in the background, but I'm not sure. Anybody got a relay on that? Hey, very good. KG4MIZ, got you in there. You're doing fine there, Kevin. That was Kevin. Kilo Golf 4 Mike India Zulu in Lebanon. Anybody else east? No, yeah, I did get Stan. Appreciate it though, Kevin. Anybody else east? Anybody else copying any of the east? All right, over to the north.
KE4TWI.
Yeah, your vertical dipole right there, Wes.
Yeah, your S9. Give me a signal for it, please.
Well, to me, my meter's not looking very favorable today, but you're a good audio. I would say you're got to be about an S5 here to me, S6.
Okay, all right, appreciate it. You're good. KE4TWI.
Very good. That's West. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. Who else is east or north?
November 8th, November Hotel Tango.
Well, you sound better here there, Hayes.
Yeah, I got a proper base station set up. I'm not running on a magnet mount antenna inside.
Ah, very good. Yeah, no, you sound fine here. You sound better than you do on 2 meters tonight.
Yeah, usually 10 meters works pretty well. I'm running my Yaesu FT891 with a Antron 99 antenna.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got that. Oh, you got the 891. Yeah, that's a nice radio. Like I said, every radio I see, I like. I'm just not going to buy one.
Yeah, it seems to be working. It's got me halfway around the dang world.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Well, very good, Hayes. That's Hayes, November 8th, November Hotel Tango in Hendersonville. Who else is north? Anybody north or west?
KG4ILV, Jack and Donaldson.
Yeah, very good, Jack. How'd you copy Wes a little while ago, a minute ago?
I didn't have a copy on him.
Ah, wow. I'm surprised, really, because I mean, it's not that you're set that far west of me. I mean, you're only what, about 7, 8 miles, and you couldn't copy him from up there by the lake. That's interesting.
I have a hard time copying anything from the east.
Yeah, there are some terrain issues going east. You're right. If you notice, Mount Juliet gets in the way, and there's a ridge there in 109 that gets in the way.
I think it's the ski lift that gets in the way.
Well, I got to turn off that big 100-horse motor.
Thanks for doing the net, Paul. I'll let the next one check in.
Very good. That's Jack, Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Who else is west?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Yeah, you sound good, Greg. Were you copying any of the stations east?
I was considering, was Knox and Simmons, so I'm not real sure, but I don't think I've heard anybody.
Okay, very good. Well, I can hear you just fine. It was Greg, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. In Antioch, who else is west?
KM4YRF.
You have to talk louder.
I can.
Very good. You probably need an amplifier.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, that's right. Just thinking about it is all I can afford to do.
Yeah, me too.
Very good. That's Michael, KM4YRF. Who else is west? And Michael's over by the airport. Anybody at west or south?
K3MPR still south.
Very good. Which antenna are you on tonight there, Mike?
The NFED.
Okay, sounds good to me. Mike in KM4YRF, how do you copy his NFED over there from right east of Mount Juliet?
It's not a real good copy for me.
Okay, well, that's because it's a horizontal.
I can hear him, but it's you have to really strain to make out what he's saying.
Yeah, that's the problem with wire horizontals versus our antennas. The antenna you and I both have, that vertical, does great, for verticals, but does lousy for receiving. Well, locally, let me put it that way. It's local NFEDs or whatever dipoles. They stink hearing those.
Well, if I bump the power up, might hear me better, but because I'm only down about 30 watts.
Is that any better, Mike? YRF?
I could understand him that now.
Okay, very good. So some of it was just a power issue. But again, you do lose whatever it is, a few dB when you have horizontal to vertical.
Well, this proved it'd be a whole lot better because I just thought that's the 90.
Yeah, you sound good to me, but then. Very good. That was Mike, K3 MPR, and he's here in Mount Juliet on the behind a little ways behind Providence Marketplace. Who else is any place anywhere?
WY4G.
All right, got you in there. Are you copying many people up there in Madison?
Not really. I've heard you and their other station. That's about it.
What antenna are you using for there, Jeff?
A99.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I guess it's a location issue locally for you in Madison because that you should be. Did you hear it at the Hendersonville station?
No, not really.
I'm surprised. He's just due east of you a few miles. So, well, anyway, no big deal. I'm glad you got you checked in anyway. That's Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf Jeff in Madison. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere, please come down. We're shooting for Eastern Europe now. K4PEW. Nothing heard. Eastern Europe. Let's see. Russia's out of the picture on that one. Ukraine might have some difficulties. Anyway, very good. Well, I think we'll finish up with 10. This is K4PW. Last chance for check-ins on 10 meters before we move over to 223 415. Anybody else out there?
Any comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or question, whatever. Hey, that station in Hendersonville, I think it was Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf Juliet. Is that right?
Whiskey Yankee 4. Yes, Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. That's Jeff, and he's in Madison.
That Madison station, come back, see if you can hear me. This is Hayes in Hendersonville. Yeah, I can hear you that time. I hope you sound pretty good.
You sound pretty good over here too. You're giving me about an F7 and then rising above the noise just fine. Yeah, nice hearing you.
Very good. Yeah, that's because you both got the A99 the antennas.
They kind of double on each other.
Yeah, go ahead. Say again, Jeff.
So he's come up on that 6 on my bar graph, so I have no problem there.
Very good. How'd you copy? You said you copied them real good there, Hayes.
Yeah, he's giving me about something like a 5.7. He's doing just fine. Coming up the noise, no problems hearing the guy.
Very good. We got any more check-ins before we jump out of here? Nothing heard. We're going to jump out of here on 10 meters, and we're going over 223.415. Michael, if you would make that announcement on 2 meters, I would love to hear you do that.
Okay, we'll do, Paul.
All right, very good. We're going over 223.415 for those of you that can. And when we say smoke them, if you got them, I mean smoke the radio. No, we don't want you to do that either. Catch you over there, K4PW.
Smoke what you got him. NHT, please.
This is K4PW, Mount Juliet, Simplex Radio Net on 223.415. Looking for check-in. Please come now. Very good. We got KF4, KFQ. You sound good there, Tony. Who else checking in? Yeah, you sound great too, Jack. Were you copying Tony at all? Tony, you're not copying Jack because he's got you full scale. Man, oh man, there's something goofy about that because he can. I don't get that at all. I don't know. Anyway, who else we got in there? Hold on, Kevin. We had Kilo Golf, Kilo Delta 4. We have also, I'll get to you, Kevin. Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Very good. Did you hear? Were you listening? Yeah. Did you hear Tony tonight?
No, I hadn't. I probably would on my vertical, but not a deep one.
Very good. That was great. Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Kevin, was that you?
Which way are you going? East, west, south?
We don't have enough people in here to do that. Yeah, hold on, Kevin. Was there somebody else in there? Any other stations, please come in. I was hoping we'd hear Jeff and Madison, but that's we'll be here for a minute. Jeff, are you out there? I'd asked Jeff to go up on the roof with his handheld, but I don't think that's going to work out good. Well, so far we got K4PEW, myself, KF4, KFQ in Smyrna, Kilo Golf 4, India, Lima Victor, Jack in Donaldson, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo in Antioch, and Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu, and that's Kevin in, where is he? Oh, he's in Lebanon. Were you copying Kevin, Greg? Yeah, Kevin, give another shout out with your call and a short count, please. Is anybody else copying Kevin tonight? Yeah, he's got relatively low power. I think it's 25 watts, isn't it, Kevin? Yeah, very good. Well, I was hoping that it would make it. But again, we've got some barriers between you and like Jack and Donaldson. So it's going to be a little rougher. And like you said, and Greg down in Antioch is going to be a little rough because it's farther south, and he's also using a beam. Well, anyway, anybody else anything for the net before we jump out of here? Hey, I got you in there, Jeff. You sound good. You copying me, Jeff? Was anybody else copying Jeff? Yeah, that's funny. I can hear him here in Mount Juliet, and he's up in Madison, so it's kind of interesting. I copied him, and Jack or Greg copied him, and he's just due north of you guys. Yeah, I don't know what I have to look and see the distances. I'm surprised he can't hear me, but again, he's on a handheld with an extended antenna, not an outside antenna, but one of those 17 or 20-inch antennas. You still out there, Jeff? All right, nothing heard. One more chance before we shut her down. K4 PEW looking for check-ins. 223-415. Very good. Appreciate everybody being there. I'll be hanging out here if you want to sit around and chew the fat or something. So K4 PEW closing the